Hello, my wonderful people. Thank you so much for being with me again in this live section. So there was actually something that was trending online today, and it was based on the Biafra civil war. And we came out, we just Gowon just revealed to us now that everything that happened in the civil war, that he said that he did it out of unity because he wanted Nigerians to unite. That was why he fired lots of people in Biafra, and many Nigerians have come out to counter what he's saying what does he mean by that? Like, what does he mean? He wanted unity, thereby buying a lot of people in Nigeria. So this is what happened. He said, Biafra civil war, most difficult period of my life. This is what Gowon said. So reading to what the article says there, it says that it says former military head of state General Yakubu Gowon has said the Biafran civil war was never his choice. Gowon was presiding over the affairs of Nigeria during the civil war from July 6, 1967 to January 15, 1970. He described the civil war as the most difficult period of his life. The former ruler spoke after he was honored with a Lifetime Integrity and Achievement Award at the fifth convention of the Christian Men's Fellowship Abuja, which is Anglican Discourse on Saturday in Abuja. Many people have come out to counter what Gowon said, saying that how can he say such a thing, that the reason why he bought a lot of Biafrans during the civil war was because he wanted unity. Now this Gowon, they remember when him and Ojukwu went to Ghana to sign an agreement, whereby that there's going to be peace, but Gowon had to go at the back of them and turn the agreement upside down. And before you know it, he started buying Biafrans. Now, this is actually what happened. Let's read on to the next article. Gowon went as far as saying he also disclosed that his decision to prosecute the Biafran civil war was never born out of hatred. Gowon explained that he prosecuted the civil war due to the urgency to preserve national unity. The former Nigerian ruler called for forgiveness, reconciliation, and unity across faiths and ethnicities. Many people are saying that Gowon has started feeling guilty for what he did. He knows that what he did was not good. He bought millions of people in Biafra war, 6 million people in Biafra war. And people are saying that this is not even a matter of apology or anything, that this man really needs to pay for what he did. Like, even him and Ojukwu had an agreement, but he went to the back to do another thing. So guys, I want you guys to just listen to what this man have to say about what Gowon did in civil war. Now he's not regretting what he did, and he's not coming out to beg for forgiveness. Guys, take a look at this and I'll be right back.
Okay. Gowon lied. Let us analyze this, please. Gowon is a liar. The chief genocidist, Yakub Gowon, is a liar. A liar. A habitual one, for that matter. Right? So let us go there, please. Let's read from Gowon. Biafra civil war. There was nothing like Biafra civil war. It was Biafra genocide, because bombardment of schools, markets, churches, IDP camp, hospitals is never a war. It is a genocide. A land and sea blockade is never a war, a genocide. But let us read from Gowon, then we analyze. Don't forget that this is Homeland Radio Biafra presentation from me, fearless IPOB evangelist Maze Maratunwachuku. In case you don't know, I'm from Ndiabo, Adi Amakwama. Thank you. We move. So, Biafra civil war, there is nothing like war. It was a genocide. But let's continue. Most difficult period of my life, Gowon. He was even saying there that the only option for him was to kill Biafrans. Okay, the network is bad. We'll manage it too. Gowon said that he did this thing to the people of the East, especially the Igbos, because that was the only option to unite Nigeria. He did this for... Okay, we'll continue. So now, the question to Gowon is, was the Aburi Accord agreement for the division of Nigeria? was the Aburi Accord agreement for Biafra independence. So what was the agreement all about? It is like restructuring. So who upturned the Aburi Accord agreement? Because you cannot jump into what happened by not telling the world if Ojukwu and you went to Ghana to divide Nigeria. It wasn't division of Nigeria. So what led to the killings of our people to unite Nigeria? We want to know, because the Aburi Accord agreement was all about the regional, they gave them regional powers or something. Like, we'll have regional security, we have the right to develop our land, resources, we can even control and pay tax to federal government. So what actually led Nigeria and the British to come against Biafrans is because it will give us a security. And it is against the policy of the colonial masters and the oppressors for a particular region that is being oppressed to have their own security, because the colonial master sees it like they don't have access to your resources, hence you have your security. So the Aburi Accord agreement gave us security, and that was the only target of Ojukwu, to save our life, not because of resources now, but under one Nigeria, not for division. So how come? What actually led to the killings of our people to unite Nigeria? Because the Aburi Accord agreement was not about division of Nigeria. It was about one Nigeria. So how come it now led to the killings of our people, Biafrans, now to unite Nigeria, which Gowon said it was the option, that it was the only option, that there was no intention, that he did not hate Igbo people. So it was an option. He was forced to do what? Is it to obtain agreement? Because you must touch this place. Because you did not go to Ghana and have a meeting presided over by Ankara of Ghana with Ojukwu, and you come back here, you obtain the agreement, and later now you are telling us that you killed us because you want to unite Nigeria. Did Ojukwu and you go to Ghana to divide Nigeria? If no, then what actually happened to the agreement? What actually happened? Gowon, the liar. So let us go forward. All the lies that Gowon lied against Ojukwu will keep tormenting him. Immediately we finished our 30th May, Gowon was tormented and facing serious tormenting by the spirits, by everything, by nature, by conscience, by everything. That's why we established 30th May. That's why we established 30th May Remembrance, Heroes Remembrance.
So, my people, you guys listen to what this young man said. Now, people are saying that what Gowon did is very, very bad, because they remember the time that him and Ojukwu went to Ghana to have, but their plan of going to Ghana was to stop the things that was happening in Nigeria and to bring peace and unity. They didn't go there to divide. So how come that when he came back from Ghana, he turned everything upside down and started buying Biafrans? Now, Ojukwu never talked about division. He never talked about it. He never talked about the issue. In fact, Ojukwu was just fighting for the Igbos, the way what they were doing to the Igbos. He never talked about division. And when two of them, Gowon and Ojukwu, went to Ghana, they talked about unity, and they never talked about division. But Gowon came back and had to scatter everything. Now he's coming out to tell us that everything that happened in the Biafra war, he's seeking for our reconciliation, that he's so sorry for what happened. And many Nigerians are saying, are you saying you're sorry after you've bought a lot of people? See, according to the report, some people are saying that he bought 6 million people. People suffer. People went through a lot during the Biafra war on behalf of this man. On behalf of this man, and all of a sudden he's now having guilty conscience. So this is when he was now saying that the former Nigerian ruler called for forgiveness and reconciliation and unity across faith and ethnicities because of what really happened during the Biafra war. I think now he's being tormented and he's not feeling sad for what he did. So reading on to the next thing here, it says that he said, I always remember the civil war It was the most difficult period of my life. It was not my choice, but I had to be there and I had to do what I did in order to keep this country together. It was never a hatred against any people, I can assure you. Reflecting on life after that period, the former head of state stressed that his decision had often been guided by prayers and a desire to act with integrity and compassion. Now, reading on here, he said that as far as this heart is concerned, everything that I do, it is through prayers. I ask God to help me to do the right thing the way He thinks it should be done, with love and respect for all the people. That is why at the end, what do we have to say? As they say, no victory, no vanquish, and he added. Now, according to what is there, many Nigerians are not even hearing this one he say. Many Nigerians are really angry about what he just said now, say, for the fact sef that he's asking for forgiveness. Like, that is what many people said. And I want us to actually take some reactions from people based on what they have been saying about what's go on, just revealed to Nigerians right now. So this is what many people are saying. Looking at what this person said, he said, how can you claim the Biafran war was for unity and not hatred when it left millions dead, families torn apart, and a nation scared beyond recognition? Unity isn't built on the graves of the starved, the silenced, and the broken. It is heartbreaking to think those who suffered, children, mothers, entire community, should accept this as some noble sacrifice. The pain of that war still echoes today, and your words feel like salt in those wounds. True unity doesn't come from force or violence. It is end through justice. Now I think that this person right here, I think this person just nailed it. Yes, this is response actually nailed it, because he was saying that, does he think that his forgiveness can stop the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was agitating for the Igbos? In fact, the more he's even talking himself, the more his talk is adding salt to the already opened wounds, and the pains of what people suffered during the Biafran war is still in the hearts of the Igbos. It still echoes in them day by day. And the worst part is that they're now on top of that detaining their own brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is also fighting for the freedom of Igbos. That alone self will tell you that the wounds and the pains that the Igbo people suffer during the Biafran war has not still left them. So him coming out to say he wants to ask us for forgiveness, for reconciliation, is not going to do anything, because we've known how many people, many children died during how children died of starvation, hunger, even kwashokwo. Like, it dealt with a lot of them, and you think you can just come out and say you are sorry after you and Ojukwu had a meeting in Ghana on how to bring unity. You came back to Nigeria and you started buying the Biafrans. For what reason? Meaning you backstabbed the Igbo people, you backstabbed Ojukwu, and now all of a sudden, because you feel now that you want to come out and say sorry, because you feel that the Biafran war has ended, and you think you will just come out and say sorry, then the whole Nigerians or the whole Igbos will now come and forgive you. And many people are even asking, why is he now bringing up this revolution now? Why is he all these things coming out from him now? Why is he opening up to say many things now that happened? So, taking a look at what the next reaction from people, he said, likewise, the killings in Plateau and Benue is to preserve Nigerian unity and not hatred. Now you can see what people had to even backfire him here. They went as far as asking him, what is he trying to say? Is he trying to say that, for example, that the killings in Plateau and Benue State is also to preserve Nigerian unity? Since he said that the way he fight Biafrans is to preserve unity, and if you want to preserve unity, do they tell you that you have to take people's lives to preserve unity? Like, who even came up with that idea that you have to take people's life to preserve unity? And you're all of a sudden coming out to tell us you don't hate the Igbos. Unfortunately, you hate the Igbos. Is a clear evidence that Gowon hated the Igbos, and that was why he did such thing to him. Now, like, many people went on asking, so Gowon, you're the one that put us in this mess. To be honest, Gowon is the one that puts Biafran in this mess. Like, you know what is shocking about this thing is that this truth is just coming out now. The revelation is coming out now. People are just beginning to know that this kind of thing is happening now. Like, people are just beginning to know that he's the one that put us in this mess. He has been hiding under coverage since. But who knows why he came out to start opening up, telling us the truth that this is what is going on. Who knows why he's coming out to say it? And now I like people are saying that they cannot believe that he's the one that puts Igbos to the mess, and he can't just come out and say he wants else to forgive him. It's not going to be possible because we've lost many lives during the Biafran War. You see, that's the reason why May 30th was is always observed. A day we remember our fallen heroes and heroines that died because of Gowon, because of Gowon. In fact, many people went as far as saying that what happened in Biafran War was not even it's not even a civilian war. It was a genocide because there was a lot of massacre there. Yes, they were not only they were massacring people, they were massacring churches. Sorry, they were burning down churches, burning down schools. So it was just a genocide. Something. It's not even a civilian war. That's what many people are saying. It was just a genocide. Something. This is very, very terrible. I mean, people can't believe that Gowon did this, in fact, and he's still hiding the coverage, and all of a sudden he's coming out to confess to us. So, taking a look at this, what this next person said, it's a lesson that when an agreement is reached, the agreement must be obeyed by all parties involved. It's also a lesson that when an advice is given, the advice should be taken, most especially the weaker side. It's also a lesson that nobody should start what he cannot finish. Upon all these lessons, their warlords still went ahead, but thanks to the gallant men and women of Nigerian troops, and who took the bull by the horn and never spared them when the bombardment became unbearable. Their Oga took to their heels and ran away. Like you can imagine what people are saying. Is no, this is actually a lesson that when an agreement is reached, the agreement must be obeyed by all parties involved. Now they reached an agreement to bring unity, and Gowon went at the back and started buying people. But it was just a genocide something. He was burning down schools, burning down churches, and massacring the Biafran people. An agreement, you betrayed Ojoku. Like this is so terrible. Now, and looking at what this person said, he said, and you had to sacrifice 5 million or more people just for unity. Is Niger united today? God, this is terrible. After everything he did, he sacrificed. Some people even said it's 5 million. Some people said it is 6 million people that this man died in Biafran War. Now, all those people he died during the Biafran War, is there unity in Nigeria today? I don't see any unity. There is no unity. You see the reason why they said there's nothing like one Nigeria. The people who are calling our brothers are not our brothers. Now, all the whole things he did those days to bring unity, where was it? This is just a blatant lie. I'm telling you guys the honest truth. It is a lie. Ojukwu never liked the Igbos. He never appreciated or liked the Igbos. You see, anything that is happening now, he cost why he did all those things he did. People's life you cannot give to bring unity. Where is the unity today? We are still in a total mess. In fact, everything it keeps getting worse and worse every day. So reading on to what this next person said, he said the carnage in just today is also for unity. People kept on asking and telling him that so all the things happening in Nigeria today, both in Plateau State, both in Benin, both in Jos, is it also for unity? Because we don't understand what you mean by the fact that you did all those things was because of unity. You fight Igbos just because of unity. You see, this hatred of Igbos did not start now. It started those days. And now people are still having hate for the Igbos. And now this is what someone else he said: is Nigeria united when a particular tribe is not good enough to rule Nigeria, but the resources can be used by Nigeria? Terrible. Imagine, how can Nigeria be united when they have silenced the Igbos in being the president of Nigeria? In fact, I'm going to be honest and frank with you guys. In the last life I did, I know I was talking about P2B, the way P2B came out and was talking about how he's going to win the election. In fact, that he's capable of being the presidential candidate for come 2027, that he's going to be happy if he win. And I saw a lot of people coming out to say that what does he mean? That P2B is not better than Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I was shocked. So you see, it's when you see the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting. I hope you guys can see the reason why. Because there's some people in this country, called in this Nigeria, that still have primitive brains. We're talking about the fact that you guys are always highlighting the Igbos. Some people are still opening mouths to tell you that Igbos cannot still rule. That Igbos cannot. I don't know if I'll say it's the phobia of Igbos. Like I don't just know. The Hausas always want power to be given to them, but you use our resources. You use our resources, but you don't want power to be given to any of the Igbos. They want power to be in their side for so many years. This power have been in their hands for so many years. But what have they achieved when they were in power? Was there anything to write home about when they were in power? Nothing. So when I see people come out to say, P2B cannot use, he's going to divide Nigeria, he's going to start Biafra, he's going to do this one. I just feel disappointed. To be honest, I just feel disappointed. You see the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting? Because there's some people in Nigeria that still have this knowledge that if an Igbo man rule is not going to work out, that if an Igbo man rule, he's going to take over the nation. Who told them all these lies? Who told them all these lies? Is it that people have not even seen that, okay, this power have been given to a particular tribe for years? Okay, let's not just try the Igbos. This power have been given to a particular tribe for years, and there's nothing to write home about it. In fact, insecurity is stopping every day. Why didn't they just give the opportunity to Igbos? They don't think that side. The only thing they're thinking is let power be given to them. So that if power is given to them, they cannot be manipulating and turning us as slaves, but they use our resources. Terrible. So another thing that this person said, he said, with all due respect, sir. Okay, this is what somebody said. He said that he's going to explain Taya. Can someone tell him to go to his hometown and unite with the Fulanis? Many people went as far as backfiring him because this thing he said was actually angering some people. He said people are telling him that he should go home to his own time and unite with the Fulanis, that the Igbos are not ready to unite with him. The Igbos are not ready to accept his apology. And the way things are going, I feel that the only time that the Igbos are going to accept the apology is only when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. That is what I've been thinking about. The only time that Igbos can forget everything that happened in the Biafran war is only when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. But for now, all these things that Gowon is saying that they should forgive him is not going to work because the pain of what people suffered in Biafra is still in their hearts. So the fact that he's even coming out to tell us his story, he's adding more salt to the wound, and he's therefore opening closed wounds already. He is opening, because if you remember what happened in Biafra war, it's something that we need to even shed tears for. So reading on to what this next person said here, he said that this one everyone is confessing is Biafra coming. Like, I'm telling you guys the honest truth, everybody is now confessing that the fact that Gowon is confessing that what is happening. I mean, people have been asking what is going on, why are these people confessing now? Like, this thing happened years back. This Biafran war happened years back. So why are they not confessing? What is going on? What has happened? Why all of a sudden they're coming out to confess that this is what happened? And now this is what somebody said. The next person said the act is still haunting him. No peace for the wicked. Some days coming, una go confess. Say P2B actually wants in state presidential election, just as Babangida did. And like, you see what this person said is that time will still come. They're going to still open book. Don't worry, it's a confession. These people will still keep confessing all their evil atrocities. Time will still come now. You start hearing that it was P2B that won you to. We just did this. We just read the election. You'll be hearing something like that. This is the kind of country called Nigeria. We need a revolution. Like they said this is not 1967. Biafra is going to come. So whatever the confession he's doing or not, Igbo people have already said that they're not going to forgive him. So the only time they will even forgive himself is maybe if the Biafra come, or if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is definitely released. So guys, I want you guys to actually listen to what this young man has to say about what Gowon did, as well as what he said Gowon has been doing, Gowon did in the Biafran war, and the reason why Igbos will never forgive him to date. So guys, take a look at this and I'll be right back.
Remembrance Day, so that it will be tormenting those that killed us. They are still alive. They do not expect that the children of those that they massacred can rise up tomorrow like today and be remembering their fathers and call them heroes. It is a very serious slap on the face of Nigeria that they did these things so that it will be forgotten. After all, Gowon is still alive. We keep remembering those that they killed. Manage my network with me, please. I'm in the zoo. So, the more we remember those they killed, the more they cover their face in shame. Because The spirit of our fallen heroes is tormenting Gowon, tormenting Obasanjo, tormenting Bangida, tormenting all of them. They can never rest. We will keep remembering them. After this remembrance, see what Gowon is saying. He's being tormented. He will face it. We can never stop. They must grant us referendum. So all these things they are saying, that's why IPOB said, we cannot go into armed struggle. We cannot fight war. We will drag Nigeria down. They must tell the world what we did to them. They cannot present us in that image they gave to our father. They gave us our father. If not for the careful agitation of IPOB, will Gowon be saying this thing? Had Nigeria succeeded in all their plans, which Gowon contributed in all the blackmail against IPOB, all of them contributed on what Nigeria should do to IPOB. Had Nigeria succeeded in destroying IPOB, will Gowon be saying this thing? They will be rejoicing. But what is pushing them? Because there is a wall. That wall is IPOB, strong wall. So if there is no strong agitation, will Gowon be saying this? No. So that is why we told our people, we know what we're doing. We must drag Nigeria down. In the presence of the world, they must tell us what we did. The same time, we are telling them, you must tell the world what Nnamdi Kanu did. You went to Kenya and kidnapped him. They blackmailed our fathers, tagged them rebels. They succeeded with that. And the world deserted them. And today, they tag IPOB terrorists. The world did not desert us. They did not accept it because IPOB plays safe. So if we have played wrongly, if we have been agitating wrongly and missed the step, Gowon will not be saying this. They will be rejoicing. Gowon will be thanking this government for stopping IPOB, for keeping unity. But because they did not succeed, this is what will be coming up from them. Because we are here to expose them. Because they tag our fathers rebels. So we cannot come with armed struggle. If we come with armed struggle, Gowon will be right. But with his self-determination, Gowon is wrong. We came with self-determination to prove Nigeria wrong in the genocide against Biafrans because they presented our fathers as the aggressors. So today, they have confronted IPOB with a gun and we refuse to retaliate. So we expose them with our cameras and the world have seen what Nigeria did to our fathers as deliberately. They did it. They had IPOB carry up gun. They will say this is how their father did. That's how their father did. But we refuse to carry up gun. And their shame is on their front today. Today, the world have seen our fathers as victims in the hand of Nigeria because the same way they blackmailed IPOB but didn't succeed was the way they blackmailed our fathers. But there was no media then to counter them. This time around, we took international position. And that's why you can see Gowon jumping up and down, presenting his failure. Because what they went to Ghana to do was the agreement was one Nigeria. So what actually led to the killings of Igbos or Biafrans to unite Nigeria? Did you discuss division of Nigeria in Ghana? The answer is no. So how come you returned after going there to discuss unity of Nigeria? You returned back and started killing us to unite Nigeria. Just imagine what Gowon is saying, that he killed us to unite Nigeria. It was an option. So did you go to Ghana to discuss Biafra? Was it not one Nigeria? So what actually led to killing us in order to make one Nigeria when one Nigeria was discussed and agreed in Ghana? Was it not one Nigeria? Was it not equivalent to restructuring? So what actually did Ojukwu come here and say he no longer believes in agreement in Ghana? Is it not Nigeria that said no? Because it gave us security of our life. We don't care about resources. The only thing you can do to us is our life. That's when we'll get up. You can demolish our shop, we'll go and build another one. You can demolish our house, we'll go and build another one. You can destroy our business, we'll start afresh. But you come after our life. That is when we'll wake up. That's when Ojukwu said no. We need to go and protect ourselves. We need to go and protect our region live. And Britain countered the security because it will give us regional security, which is against their policy, which is against the colonial masters, because they will be invading our land. That's why they don't want us to have our own security, so that they will be invading our land, taking our resources. So the purpose of the war was to deny us security. Simple. There was nothing wrong in the agreement. It was all about one Nigeria. That's why today they have surrounded our land with army and police, because they must always put your land, set your land at siege. Your land must be under siege because you are the owner of the resources. They will not allow you to relax so that you will see them taking your resources. No, you will always be conscious of your life. That is the position they will give to you. But had they implemented Abure Accord Agreement, we will have security, and the British will not be entering our land anyhow. So that was why they went against Abure Accord Agreement. It is against their policy to give us regional security. It is impossible. Now, when IPOB came, we came as the Nigeria started seeing us as the return of Abure Accord Agreement. When we launched ESN, they now saw it as the regional security. So they became furious because they saw ESN as and IPOB as the return or the implementation of the Abure Accord Agreement, because that's what they went against, even as that one was under Nigerian government. But this one is not under any government, this IPOB. So it is more dangerous to them if Nigeria can upturn agreement that was made for us even to maintain one Nigeria. They upturned it and started killing us. And today, Gowon is telling us that he killed us by upturning agreement to maintain one Nigeria. But the agreement was all about one Nigeria. That is to say, they are killing the IPOB's position of Nigerian government in killing our people today in order to defeat IPOB, to maintain one Nigeria. That is why you see artificial insecurity in our land. They are killing our people as the only weapon to blackmail IPOB. Then, if they defeat IPOB, tomorrow one person will be begging. And we know we form a bag then to kill Igbo youth because we want to unite Nigeria. That's what one idiot will be saying in future. Had we not stood strong, then one will come and say, if we did not bring Dokubo, there will be no one Nigeria today. You know? But those things will come up if they defeat IPOB. But Gowon is saying this because IPOB was not defeated. Because every plans of the government against IPOB, all of them that rule Nigeria contributed. Everybody contributed on what hand they will use against IPOB, which they have been using against IPOB and have not been succeeding. They have been failing. So now, what Gowon is doing or is presenting today is because IPOB disappointed them by refusing to be destroyed. So Obasanjo, all of them that killed us during the genocide are alive. Almost all of them that commanded the war, they are alive, and we are remembering those that they killed. It is a problem to them. You see how they are tormenting Gowon immediately after 30th May remembrance of our heroes. They are tormenting Gowon, and he must say the truth. He must say the truth. He should stop pretending, because the genocide is never war. Bombardment of school, bombardment of market, bombardment of IDP camp, bombardment of hospitals, bombardment of churches is never a war. It is a genocide. War is confront the power that rise up, like Biafran army. If you defeat them, then every other individuals, which are civilians, becomes under your control. So, but for Nigerian government to go after the civilians, bombarding them, killing them, and even applied a land and sea blockade, it is not a war, it is a genocide.
So, my people, you guys listen to what this my young man said here. To be honest, I think the reason why Gowon is coming out to confess now is because he has found out that they all tried to bring down IPOB as well as Biafran war, but it didn't succeed. So they're surprised that Biafran war is still existing to now. And another thing is that Gowon is seen confessing now, because what he did that time was, all he did was just, he was looking for a possible means in order to bring one Nigeria, but he has forgotten. So him trying to bring one Nigeria, is it by killing and massacring people? That's what Nigerians have been asking. You want to bring one Nigeria, you want to bring unity, but you've been massacring people? That's what many people have been asking him. So this is their plan, to bring IPOB down. But thank God that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is stronger than them, as well as he is intelligent and smarter than them. They have seen that this man is a very stubborn man. So how are we going to do this? They have seen that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a stubborn man. So immediately they had to just cut it. You see, that's why you see Gowon is not coming to apologize. But if it was that they caught Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and maybe jailed him, and maybe they now say that he's guilty and they jailed him, do you know that this man will not be saying this thing he said? He will even be rejoicing that finally Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been arrested, has been detained, has been arrested, has been imprisoned. If if only that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in prison, Gowon will be so happy. He'll be so happy. It's because of he has found out that this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is going nowhere. Oh. This Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is going nowhere. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never back down. No, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very stubborn. That is the reason why you say he has come out to confess to Nigerians, as well as say he's sorry for whatever he did that time. Just to show you the kind of country we are in. Anyway, guys, I want you guys to just listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told Dele. The way Dele was asking him, "Are you not afraid of yourself?" And he replied saying, "I'm not afraid of anything. I've come out to sacrifice my life for Biafra. There is no going back. In fact, if these people want me to leave, they should just give me Biafra." That's what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. So, guys, take a look at this, and I'll be right back.
Are you not afraid for your life? And what happens?
I am dead already.
And at what happens if anything happens to you now? Do you have succession plans?
I am dead already. I was pouring some water to apologize. I am dead already. The only thing that can bring me back to life is Biafra. This life is meaningless without freedom, not just freedom. As I said before, I traveled to England to study for a reason and for a purpose. You cannot tell me that in England, they have gas piped all the way from the Scottish gas fields. There is 24 hours a day electricity. There is gas. If you're homeless or if you're unemployed, the government can give you what is called housing benefit. You can pay your rent and live in a decent home. They also give you money to feed as well. If I cannot do those things for my people, then my life is meaningless. So as I am right now, I'm already dead. I'm only waiting for Biafra to revive me and to resuscitate me. And I feel and I do pray that most other Africans should feel the way that I do. Because Africa is a failure because we fail to address the core and the key issues affecting our lives. We intend to change that. And by the grace of God Almighty in heaven, we shall be successful. My life doesn't matter anymore. What matters is Biafra. Everything else is irrelevant. And the zoo government, they know it. Everything is irrelevant. The only thing that matters to me, God is my witness, is Biafra, nothing more. I'm not doing anything. I don't have a car. I have nothing. The only promise I said to God is, give me Biafra, that's all. I don't want anything else. What am I doing with money? What am I doing with cars? I don't need them. The Biafra I do need.
You guys have actually listened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He went as far as telling us that he does not need money, he does not need car, that all he needs is Biafra, that he has been praying to God that let Biafra be actualized, let Biafra start. So let me tell you guys, the way things are going now, I think that Biafra is coming. This one that Gowon have already started confessing his atrocity. It's like he has started saying that Biafra is coming. That's why he said let him confess now before it is too late. This is enough evidence to tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is honest. This is enough evidence to tell you that this man really knows what he's fighting for. It's enough evidence to tell the Igbos that you guys have suffered enough. You guys have suffered enough. Don't allow your children, our next generation, to suffer what our parents suffered in the Biafran war. Now we've known the real cause of the people who caused the Biafra. We've known the people who started the buying. In fact, people said it was not even killing, it was a genocide something, because churches were burned down, schools were burned down, people were massacred, and they went on asking Go on. Now you've fight people. What do you gain? Now you've fight people. Has unity started in Nigeria? There's nothing like unity. That's what they told Go on. They told him that there's nothing like unity. You do all those things to fight to fight to bring unity, but there's nothing like unity. You know, Dumegojukwu went to Ghana to meet to discuss a situation about how to be in peace, but he went at his back and was causing war. He went at his back and started attacking the Biafrans. Guys, this is so sad. This is really sad. And now this is an eye-opener to many Igbos to tell you that this is what is going on. Yes, it's to tell you guys that this is what is going on. Everybody needs to shine their eyes. You see the reason why anytime I hear that Igbo man cannot be the president, I just get angry because these people have not realized what Igbos suffered during the Biafran war. They have not really realized it. They have not. If they have, if they because they didn't understand what happened in the Biafran war, it wasn't them. If they have, you understand that if it is that they have experienced what happened, you understand that so guys, if you actually notice what happened in
a genocide because war is defeat Ojukwu, then conquer the land and start ruling the people and tell the people how they will be. But you left the army and you go after the civilians, and today you are telling us it is to unite Nigeria. Was the Aburi Accord agreement to divide Nigeria? Is a question. Was the Aburi Accord agreement to divide Nigeria? The answer is no. So why was it upturned? Why did you go against it and started killing us to unite Nigeria? Was the Aburi Accord agreement to divide Nigeria? The answer is no. So why are you shedding crocodile tears? Why can't you tell Nigeria to grant us referendum? We cannot continue in Nigeria. 1966 coup, Nigerian coup was tagged Igbo coup. They now use it to now Aburi Accord agreement was upturned and they started killing us. Since then, everything about Nigeria, they will tag it on Igbo people. Abiola election, Igbo people are the victim. Sharia law, year 2000, 2001, Igbo people are the victims in the north. So what we need now is for our people to either renew our enslavement in Nigeria or to be free from Nigeria, not by gun. No. That's why IPOB choose self-determination. Let our people decide if Fulani herdsmen should be raping our mothers. It is by bylaw box. We'll go and vote it during referendum. Let our people decide there the continuation of their enslavement or to be free from Nigeria, because all lies are against us. Small time after killing us, one after decades, one person will come and say, we did it for one Nigeria. Every time it is only Igbo that will be killed for one Nigeria. A Igbo lady have been killed in Ogun State to make one Nigeria. You know, our properties destroyed to make one Nigeria. So why can't you allow us to go, then maintain the one Nigeria? And that is the last bus stop, because we have no other option. The same way Gowon have no other option than to kill us to maintain one Nigeria, we have no other option than to leave Nigeria by referendum or to remain in Nigeria by referendum. If after referendum we fail, if we complain about Fulani herdsmen invasion, then you can blame us. If we complain about Fulani herdsmen kidnapping of our people, you can blame us. If we complain about rearing of cows in our compound, you can blame us. But for now, we have to renew our enslavement by referendum, because we have never seen ourselves in any position in Nigeria. So it is not by force. Our people that believe in Nigeria, if Nigeria is good to us, then people will vote for Nigeria. So that's why Nigeria is presenting war, IPOB, war. We say no. It is not what we came for. You tag our fathers rebels. Yes, we have to prove you wrong. We have to prove to the world that our fathers are not rebels by coming with self-determination. And Nigeria will be provoked and they will kill us and we do not retaliate. That's when our fathers was vindicated. IPOB made sure that our fathers is being vindicated before we can approach international communities, because we have to endure the excessive force and the extrajudicial killings of our members, because Nigeria will come with it, as was instructed by the British. They failed because we refused to do as they expected, because they were waiting to tell the world that this thing they are doing was how their father did. But that was not the case of our father. Our fathers was here, they came to kill them, and there was a military governor, right? So that is the fact. So this time around, we have to explain to the world what happened then with our good conduct by proving Nigeria wrong, by embarking on self-determination, which we have been provoked severally by Nigerian state. We refuse to retaliate because we want to vindicate our fathers that they are not the problem. They wasn't the problem. Gowon is the problem. Gowon is still the problem. Nigeria is the problem. Today, IPOB have... Right? We continue. Thank you. So, what we call for is referendum. Let the good work of Nigeria in our land be shown by the citizens of our land, because they will vote for Nigeria. So IPOB will be put to shame during referendum. But to use gun, propaganda, blackmail, you cannot stop us, because our people must decide to stay in Nigeria. Nigeria is not favoring the first citizens of Nigeria, first class citizens. They're not. It's not favoring the Yoruba. And we, that is the 50th class citizens, we are the sacrificial lamb. And if when we close our mouth, we'll be killed. If when we talk, we'll be killed. If when we agitate, we'll be killed. Then we continue to agitate, so that we will die under agitation instead of dying under one Nigeria. It is a decision that pleases our hearts. We cannot die like Benue people under one Nigeria, no. When you kill us, we know you are killing us because we are agitating. It is a position we took, and that position have destroyed Nigeria. They kill Yoruba people, they kill them in the name of one Nigeria. It holds no water. If any international community says something, they will say it's the Nigeria internal issue. But they try to present IPOB and as a Nigeria internal issue. We destroy it, and we disgrace Lai Mohammed. And it is never an internal issue. You can kill Middle Belt people. It is Nigeria issue. Herders, farmers clashes. You don't use such language in our land, because we are agitating. A very dangerous position IPOB took. And today, Nigeria is getting it hot. If we are easy, why is Gowon talking? Did he talk when Ojukwu was here? Why is he talking? He's talking because we took the positive positions. We have taken positive positions in this struggle. The spirit of our fallen heroes is tormenting him after 30th May Remembrance Day. They are now suffering. They are now being confronted After the children of those that they killed, remember their fathers, remember their mothers, remember their uncles, remember their cousins. When will the North be killed to make one Nigeria? When will the Yoruba people be killed to make one unity? Only Igbo.
So guys, you guys have listened to what this young man said. Now, when would the Northerners be by to make one Nigeria? When would they be by to make unity in Nigeria? It's only the Igbos that are going to be that are going to buy to in order to bring unity in Nigeria, which is not even supposed to be. So all these things he said is a lie. He did all those things because he wanted to he did not want the Igbos to take over. That is why Gowon did all those things. Gowon never liked the Igbos. I mean, Nigerians are even asking why is he even apologizing now? We don't need his apology. The only thing we need is the release of Mazen Namdekalo. At least if they release Mazen Namdekalo, we can start considering if we're going to apologize, if we're going to accept his apology or not. Because that man has actually dealt with the Igbos. He's the one that caused Biafran war, and he's the one that started everything. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share. And also turn on the notification button to get all the latest news in this channel. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next live section.